Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and today I thought I would share with you how I am going to make a trash can feeder for my large coop. So in my large coop I have 42 chicks that are almost 2 months old, and so they're starting to eat more and more. I figured this trash can should hold probably 3 50-pound bags, I'm hoping. And the way I'm going to make this is I am using a kit that you can purchase. I paid $25 for the kit of 3. It comes with 3 of the little feeder sections that go into the can. And it also comes with this drill bit for cutting out the holes, the exact size that you need for the feeder cups. Now you can use any kind of a container for that. I've seen people use the big tubs. A lot of people use the 5-gallon buckets with a lid. Because one kit will perfectly fit 3 around a 5-gallon bucket. So because I want the trash can, I ended up buying 2 kits. Now I've already done some pre-work, and that is I've taken apart the pieces and I washed them really well. I don't know if everyone does that, but I'm always leery of a little bit of machine oil being left from the manufacturing process. So I just took them apart, washed them real good in dish soap water, and now that they're dry, I'm putting them back together. And this other bag I already washed too. I just put it back in the bag so you can see how the kit comes. So they come like this with the 3 pieces together. Here is the little gasket. And then I'll show you how to take this apart and use it once I get the holes drilled. But I wanted to get my pieces put back together here. Apologize for the sound of the roosters in the background. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know we have lots of chickens. I have 5 different coops. I have a rooster coop that currently houses two roosters that are not in use right now for breeding. And I have an Easter egger coop that currently I have 8 hens and 1 rooster in. Then I have a barred rock coop that I currently have 4 Plymouth barred rocks in, and they are my oldest chickens. So I'm probably going to have to trade them out pretty soon. But I did get 12 new Plymouth barred rock chicks. Unfortunately, one of those did die. I always get any spare plastic that comes off of the stuff, so you don't want your chickens eating that. Okay. So, what it tells you to do in the instructions is to measure up 3 inches, and that will be where you put your center hole. So I figured that to be about 1.5 inches from the bottom, since there's a little over 1 inch from the center to the edge of this drill bit. So hopefully I can hold this tight enough to get a nice smooth cut. And I want to go up a little bit. Now, the reason you want it so low on your container is so when you put your feed in there, you know, it's still feed for your chickens until it gets pretty close to the bottom. Now, since my chickens are getting bigger, I've opted that I'm going to put a couple concrete blocks underneath the trash can for it to sit on, so that it will bring it up higher for my chickens since they're getting older. There's my hole. So now I'm going to have to pull off this excess plastic that's kind of rough where it started the cut. And I'll check in the inside when I'm all done and get that dumped out too. I already did wash out this can to make sure it's nice and clean, but I'll want to get all the particles. I might wipe it out with a rag just to get all the edges of the plastic off. You could also take a file and smooth it down a little bit. That'd probably work great. If the plastic piece gets stuck inside your little drill bit, there is a couple little holes in here. So just from the outside, you can push it through with a nail or a screw. Oops, there's a piece of plastic that just fell down. I'll dump all that in the trash here when I'm done. Yeah, I might want to hose that out again because a lot of this is pretty small pieces. So when I'm done, I might have to, yeah. Let me get these cut and see how it looks. Let me see. Oh, my bit fell out. See, this one didn't fall in like the first one did. But it's up enough I can get a hold of it and just kind of pull it up. There we go. Okay. Now, because I put them this close together, there's a section here where I could put 2 more feeders. So I could buy another kit and add those. I'm just going to put this up against one side in the back, and they'll have access, you know, the front and on the sides. So now I'm just going to kind of use one of these scrap pieces to get the rough edges off the plastic. Oh, I got that. Ooh, stuff all over me. Plastic shavings. I'll need to make sure and get that all off me so it doesn't get in their food. I'll bring you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing here. What you want to be careful not to do, you don't want to make the hole bigger. You just want to smooth out the opening. I'm going to clean this up on the inside, make sure there isn't any little pieces of plastic that my chickens can eat, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got my bucket all cleaned out, all the little shavings and stuff out. And what you do next is you take this ring off here, and this longer part where the ring is, the ring goes on the inside at the container. And this goes on the outside with the hood up. So the chicken's going to stick their head in like this and eat down in the hole. There's a hole down there. So, goes in like this. And then I'll have to crawl down in here. Hopefully I can get it. So the gasket seal is here on this side, on the outside. And when you're putting the ring back on, it's important to make sure you put the ring back on the correct way. You want to make sure this flat side is towards the gasket. That's going to press up against the container and the gasket. So let's go ahead and put another one in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these in, and then I'll show you what it looks like from the outside and the inside, and we'll get her set up in the chicken coop. Okay, so I have finished the barrel feeder, and this is what it looks like. I do have 6 of the feeder ports. For this size barrel, I think it's 30 gallons or more. I actually could have used 2 more. So I have 6 on it, and I had room in the back here for, you know, a couple of more. But that's fine. I'm just going to put that back side closer to the wall. So one thing I wanted to point out, oh, and here is what the inside looks like. So you can see them on the inside. It seems like these would be facing up to get the feed, but the directions say to put it in this way, because when they put their head in the little port here, then they feed down. So one thing to keep in mind when you are using a trash can, if it has the little built-in handles in the bottom, you should move it up just a little bit. So you can see on this side I realized it, and it's up a little bit higher. On the other side I had it low, and I actually cut into where the handle was and had to have Wade repair that for me. So you might see across from that one, he had to repair it because I actually got a hole in it, and on the outside he repaired it so the feed doesn't fall through, and so the mice can't go up in there and make the hole even bigger. So I'll meet you inside and show you how I'm going to place this barrel. Okay, so I set the cement blocks in place yesterday. I may have to pull them forward if the can can't be that far back. And the reason again for that was to raise it up since the chickens are older. If I had younger chicks in here, then of course I would not have that on the blocks. Watch out, chicks. Yep, I will have to pull them forward. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, that looks like it'll work pretty good right there. There's room for me to manipulate the lid. So let me go get the feed and get it in there and see how much it holds. Okay, so this is the chick starter that I like to use. It's made by Combach Feeds. It is a non-GMO, so of course I do pay extra for that. And I feed these to my chicks until they're 4 months old. Once they're 4 months old, they'll go on to the Combach non-GMO layer feed. So let me get these in the can. I'm sure it'll take 2, I'm hoping, and maybe 3, but I think 2. Okay, so that is 2 of them. And that fills it to, gee, about a foot from the top. Maybe not quite. So I'm going to go get another bag and see how much this will take. If it doesn't take the whole bag, I can top off that one out there, because that only has 1 bag in it, but will not quite take 2. So they're getting it figured out. Okay, so when this feeder is completely empty, it holds 3 50-pound bags of feed. And that fills it up pretty much to the top. So that's good to know. I think this is well, it's a standard trash can. It's the bigger one. It's not a small one. So if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead. Take care and God bless.